think like that's a difference from him and the rest of the players. He's obviously set numerous records. He's a different level to everyone else, and I think that's how mentally tough he is. His mindset to just want more. He's never satisfied with what he's got. And I think that's why he is who he is.
Talk it, walk it. Don't just talk it, walk it. Walk his own. Don't just talk it, walk it.
I feel like there's some healthy tension in the room at the moment.
Built up energy.
How are you doing, boys?
Yeah, all good.
Good stuff. Well, boys, we'll get straight into two guests today, Owen Watkin and Gar Thomas. Gar, I can see a bit of venom in your eyes, mate, towards is that just healthy venom or
well, the only reason I'm here is to set the tone from last time and right the wrongs.
Man, it's a pleasure having you on. First and foremost, I know you didn't unfortunately play on the weekend, but Gar, you were my top 3 on the weekend. I was impressed. I'm not much of a scrummage guy. I don't know much about it, but you got around the park well, and you were getting involved in the jackals, and that chop you did, mate, got me a bit toey. That did. I seen that. I was impressed.
I think I just tripped over myself and ended up jumping into his legs.
Yeah, well, mate, if that's how it works, that's how it works. But you know that chop tackle? I believe it's renowned from Dan Lydiard. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that something that they implemented training, or is it just something he's just thought about and then it's just kind of carried on?
I don't know. Just spending time with Lids at the Ospreys and Wales. I'm obviously a big fan of him since I was younger, and just watching YouTube videos of him when he used to play for Wales back in the day, and he's still doing it now, and and spending a lot of time with him working on it together. He's helped me a lot as well, so it's definitely something I always looked up to him as well, and the way he chucks himself into tackles, it's impressive, and that's kind of where I want to be as a defender as well.
Nice, mate, nice. Well, if you had someone ask like Wacko, what do you call it, Wacko? Wacko. If you had an ass like Wacko, maybe bit more power there then, isn't it? It's a big thing.
He's no gift.
I don't want a girl's ass.
Some girls would probably try and take it anyway. How are you doing, boss?
Yeah, all good. Obviously disappointed not to play on the weekend, but the sort of part and parcel of rugby. You have your ups and downs, I think.
How do you become selfless in a big environment? Like, for instance, if you don't get selected in a game, obviously it's a part of disappointment in there, but you know, like for the bigger picture, I think I reflect on myself and other players. Some people can kick stones, can't they? And it's like a bad egg in a team then, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did you like deal with it?
Obviously you're massively disappointed. You want to start or be in a 23, but like obviously after the team's announced, you sort of got to dust yourself off, and your priority is preparing the team and doing what you can, especially for the boys in your position, to make them as best prepared as they can for the opposition. So whether it be in the week you're running the opposition's plays, and just preparing them as best they can be.
I actually thought for instance, talking about the preparation to the game, I don't obviously know too much about it, but I actually thought that the boys did really well on the weekend considering the result. I don't think it really reflected the performance. Like, from my eyes, Ireland are probably number 1 in the world right now, and at stages in that game it was there to be taken as well, even though I'd say the percentage of the first half is predominantly defending. So that takes your gas tank is literally dying a lot in that. But I thought on the weekend, it was opportunity still there to be taken, which is a good sign.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of effort gone into the first 3 games really, and especially on the weekend, second half, we had like 2 opportunities to probably score. If we had those, if we would have scored that in the second half, I think it would have been a much closer game and it looked much better on us. But you can't fault the effort that's gone into all 3 of the games really.
I think that's what's probably frustrating for boys who are playing and boys who are not playing. Everyone's putting in a huge amount of efforts throughout the week, and especially the boys on the weekend playing and probably not getting the rewards for the work they put in, which is frustrating. But you know it's going to come eventually.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think, for instance, and how do you instill belief? Obviously, like, you'd look at Ireland on the weekend and you say, okay, they're number 1 in the world. What are they doing, do you think, I think experience plays a massive factor in this as well. But what do you think the difference is between number one, you know, the top end to where we are right now?
I think the experience does come with it. And you look at that team; they've played together for the last 3-4 years, and you can see they're quite seamless in what they do. But for us, we have got belief, and you know, coaches and staff are putting belief into the squad, and you know, it shows because we're fighting for each other and with a lot of energy and effort going into it. So it's just having that experience to finish games off and closing games closing games off is probably where we'll come with experience.
I think you're saying, like, talking about experience, there's only 4, is it 4 boys you said?
Yeah, there's 4 of us over 30 in the squad.
Look
So.
at obviously probably the lack of experience in the squad. Obviously it's hugely exciting for the future, knowing majority of the boys are under 27, 28.
100%. That's massive. How do you keep a happy camp? Like, for instance, you know, what's camp like? Sometimes, you know, it might be draining, it might be long, but then it's like, you know, you need to throw a couple of curveballs in and a couple of entertainers. And I think, do you go under that catchment of the funny guys?
I am in the entertainment committee. So we've got Thursday we've got a like a casino night.
Nice.
And a darts competition coming up, pool competition coming up. So organising all those bits. So yeah,
I like that. Who's in the committee of the social group?
It's me, George, Dylan, Lewis, Thomas Williams, and Josh Adams.
Nice. Are you trying to take front of it though, like take ownership there, or just are you kind of like just putting your 2 pence and you're in there?
2 pence here and there. George, we all probably try and make George do it all, and then get some reward from it. And when the boys are happy with it, then we'll take a claim onto it. Then
nice. How do you get the youngsters? Obviously, I don't know what it's like anymore, but you know, youngsters normally come in pretty shy, keep their head down. But I always think you've got to try and get them to come out with their shell a bit more, so then it makes them feel more like you belong here.
Yeah.
Is that something the oldies do? I know you're not the oldest, but you know.
No, I'm not the oldest yet. No, I think the youngsters coming in this year obviously been pretty good at just mingling straight in, and obviously it's more like on the field, the confidence in them to, even though they're probably not super experienced, but still barking orders and still taking charge, I think. But off the field, the youngsters been good as gold, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, and back in the day when like 1 or 2 youngsters used to come in, you had a lot of experience. Like Alan Wynn was walking around the place, and whereas this time it's like 10, 15 youngsters and like a couple of 10 older boys. Like, so it's like there's a lot of younger boys, so they're all quite comfortable in the environment. So it is good, and they're all cracking on and going to work, and they're working really hard.
How's the body feeling today?
I feel like a 90-year-old man today, to be fair. Still a bit sore. I'm always sore the day after the game. So played on Saturday. I'm always more sore on a Monday, but I'll be running around the place tomorrow. So
sometimes jump on the bike a little bit, loosen the legs off, and.
Yeah.
This is one thing I'm quite curious about. It's such a Welsh common question, right? But they always say, you know, whenever you see someone who's big, they say, "What do you bench and what do you squat?" Are you a?
No, don't ask me that.
I bench more than Gar.
Really?
You can go shoulder, mind about. Your shoulders are bad.
Got arthritis in my shoulder.
This is your answer there, though. I think for these youngsters, I only said it because I want to let youngsters know it's not all about how much you lift in the gym and what you squat. What's the saying? Train like Tarzan. Play like Jane, but swap it around. Train like Jane, play like Tarzan.
Train like Jane, I do. Yeah.
Well, there you go, kids. There's your future. I tell you what, boys, did you watch the game yesterday, Italy and France?
I watched bits of it.
What did you think?
Well, it was a hell of a contest, and it's going to, next 2 games for us is none of them are going to be easy games, and it's going to be a hell of a challenge, both games. Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I thought they threw the ball around a lot, and I think Italy capitalised on it, and it was entertaining. it was like refreshing to watch them boys run around and just nothing to lose mentality.
Yeah, and you think like you always watch Italy, and every week they put so much effort in, but they probably don't get rewarded. But like every time I've come across Italy, they're a tough opposition.
Yeah.
They take a while to break down if you do break them down. But yeah, they're a good side with some great individuals.
Do you think sometimes that's the mentality when you have that nothing to lose mentality? Like I think we spoke about this before. You start to just play freer, like you play more eyes up, and you got like that nothing to lose. Do you agree with that, or?
Yeah, I think they probably, as bad as it sounds, people probably expect to beat Italy. And they go out there with the shackles off and really throw about. And like I said, they got some dangerous individuals. And if you give them time and space, they can cause you problems. So I think they potentially have that mindset every week, and that's what makes them a tough opposition to beat then.
No,
both of us have been on the end of losing to them in Cardiff. So
just at 2022, is it?
Yeah. So we don't take that for granted. We know what they're capable of.
No, I totally agree with you. I think sometimes the teams you go, we've got to win you before he's even kicked off. It's like you drop to their level sometimes, and you stoop to this. So yeah, how's training been? Obviously you got Gatlin there, Rob Howley, Jenkins. Who else is there? Who's the other?
Mike Forshaw. And Alex King's the
backs coach.
John Humphreys, forwards coach.
John Humphreys there. Okay, there you go. A couple of toughies there.
Yeah.
Do you have a bit of banter with him, or?
With who, Humps?
Yeah.
He's a good boy. I love Humps. He's a good coach, and there's a good group of coaches there at the minute, and they're working well together as well. So it was obviously getting us going. So they're working well with us, and it's a good environment there with even the physios, staff. Everyone is a class group of people there. Just want the best out of each other.
Love that. Do you have some form of like good cop, bad cop with coaches? So for instance, like one coach might be really good with a player, and then one's really technical and this, that and the other. Is it someone that you can identify who goes, you know what, he's the type of guy, he'll give you a rev or he'll chuck his arm over your shoulder?
I think, like you say, they all got their different ways of coaching and how they approach like your work-ons. Like for example, Rob Ollie, he's a very detailed coach, but he's very good. So like I said, they've all got different ways of how they do it. And I think they got to know how the players take their criticism and how they want the feedback. So, yeah, like you say, they all got their different ways, but I think they all work. It's good to have a variety.
100%. And then, you feel like you can lean on a different coach for different situations, right?
100%, yeah.
How about you, Guy? Or is it just tough love in the middle? It's just like, get on with it.
No, it's just good. Just a lot of detail that goes into every week, and it's about us players then having the mindset to go out there on the weekends. And like I said, everyone's just want the best out of each other, and it's working well for us at the minute.
Nice. What what lets Gaz's hair down outside of rugby? What do you enjoy to do, mate? Besides just having a laugh here and there.
He's always having a laugh.
My hair's down all the time. No, it's obviously like at the minute it's just so hectic, back and forth in camp and stuff. Yeah. Don't really have time to do much else outside of rugby. We're going for coffees, chilling with the family. That's about it. That's all I got time for at the minute.
No golf or anything like that, or I thought there was a load of golf people in it in the team.
A few boys play golf, innit?
Yeah, my back would just go playing golf. As soon as I swing, it'd be like spasm.
Nice. How about you, Al?
Like I said, obviously with the missus, the baby, going for coffees with the boys, just trying to get away from that sort of intense environment, because it is draining you. It is intense all the time, so it's good to have a break and refresh you, ready to go again then.
No, I agree. Is it I've found from some people, even myself when I was playing, is like it becomes a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, like from one week to the next, of injuries, selection, performance, worrying what's next, and if your body's sore and you've got to do like a fitness session, or you're like, fuck, you know what I mean? You've always got to keep turning up. Do you find that?
Yeah, that's what painkillers and diclofenac and Team Flams. That's what gets us through majority of the year.
Yeah.
Well, that's what gets most of us.
Rattling when he's coming.
How many surgeries you had?
Only one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shoulder
surgery. Just a lot of other just injections and maintenance and stuff. Yeah, but only one surgery, touch wood.
Good stuff. And you're the knee, right?
I've had 3 on my right knee.
Wow.
So fingers crossed. Touch
Yeah,
wood. That's
the
my
more
last.
boys,
Like,
No, we don't need you boys. We need you boys looked after.
yeah.
It's quite interesting though. Like, you know, as you get older, you kind of learn to manage your body differently, right? You know when to turn it on, when to turn it off, and when to rehab. And you ice bath, man?
I'm far from ice bath, man. I can't stand it.
I'm a lot of hot, cold. I don't mind. I like a cryo. We've got the cryo chamber in the Vale. I do like that. Freshens me up. But yeah, as you get older, obviously a lot of more recovery is key then, and knowing how to manage your body, especially during camps like this now, where training intensity is quite high, and you know you're sore, and knowing if things are tight, you can't really just push through that and make it worse. So yeah, it's quite hard to manage your body during this campaign, but as you get older, you obviously know how to then, isn't it?
The physio you've got there, I'm sure he did us a league once. Is he English? The physio?
Yeah,
Wales?
There's a couple of English
Southerner,
ones,
I think he's a Southerner.
Ben Stirlo.
Still, he's a crazy guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's class.
That
For
guy.
sure.
That is.
I bet you.
He's my guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Give him a shout out now.
Yeah.
He'd be listening to this.
He'd love a shout out on this as well.
Yeah, I remember.
Ben Sturlo.
Yeah, he used to be mad. I was only young when I was in there, but he was like physio at the time. I think Warrington, Wolves, and Wales. But oldies loved him. But I was so young, I was scared of him when I was a kid. Like, 'cause he's just so full on.
Oh, he's class. To be fair, I'm with him 8 o'clock every morning on the bed.
Not even getting massages, chatting away.
Yeah,
You need those characters, though, right?
therapy session
Yeah.
with Stirlo every morning 8 o'clock.
You've got to have those type of guys in camp, though. Just keep you entertained and have a laugh. And who would you say the top? You know, yourself. It seems like you're one of them, guy. Is there anyone else that can compare to you?
What? And I'm not very entertainment on demand. If you ask me to do something, I'm terrible at doing it on demand.
On the spot, it's just on the
I'm not
off the
like
cuff.
if you ask me to do a joke, I'm
Yeah,
rubbish.
yeah.
But
You're quite quick, you know, just like random things will just
I'm just good at rinsing.
rinsing
Oh.
people.
rinsing
It
you,
rinses
so
me.
it's like
just constant.
That's
I
the
got
best.
You are a funny guy.
if I got a crowd, I'll
Oh, you're terrible with the crowd, honestly. God.
Couple of beers, loosen up a bit, and you're good.
well,
Where do we start?
Keep away from the beers. I
yeah.
think.
Fair play. Well, it's good the camp's going well, and it's good everything on that aspect. You know, you don't have to go back to the Ospreys now until end of the Six Nations, you say, unless you get dropped back to play.
Yeah, so I think after the Italy game, I'm not sure who the Ospreys have got that weekend. But I assume if we're all fit, we'll have to play. We'll play for the Ospreys that week.
And they've been doing a great job since we've been gone as well. So it's exciting to go back to there then, and hopefully fight for like playoff spots at the end of the year.
You said you're sitting fourth at the moment, right?
I think we're seventh.
Seventh, but if
Playing Edinburgh Friday, we're fifth.
yeah,
So obviously, if we win that game, it bumps us up massively. So fingers crossed we can get a result.
that young fly half, he did that drop goal, didn't he?
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, Dan Ed's.
Fair play to him.
I was more impressed with Rhys Henry's little grubber through.
Tough love, isn't it?
Yeah,
Young fella just wants
he
a
was
gig.
tamping. He was tamping. He didn't have more of a recognition for his grubber because Dan stole the limelight with his drop goal.
Yeah, that's how it is, isn't it? The 10's always, they're like the lead singers of a band, and then the other people are just like your drummers.
Yeah,
Would you
but I would have backed Henry to have that drop goal as well.
Me. To be fair, like Rhys Henry's he's a lucid or a tight head, but every session he's first out there practicing his drop goals. he's never done one in the game.
He's like third
Just-
choice 10 as well.
he's just he's just waiting. He's hungry.
He's a good boy.
Nice, boys, nice. So, saying that, so this week now will be a bit of a deload week because it's Monday for you. Be pretty chill, would you say? Or if you don't play, do you get flogged?
You still have to graft.
Yeah.
Obviously, probably not in camp as much this week, but the days you're in, you're working hard, and you will have to go to the well every day, which obviously you hopefully reap the rewards the following 2 weeks because you put the graft in when there's no game.
Nice, nice. I've got a question you, and I'm quite interested to see what you guys think of it. It says, what's more important, mental strength or physical strength?
Mental.
I agree with Gareth, mental as well.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like can be as strong as you want, but I think if you're mentally tough, I think you can, I don't know, repeat your efforts in a way, or like, I don't know. I just feel like you take a lot of bumps in rugby, but if you're mentally tough, you can probably carry those bumps and go again in a way. I don't know.
And like you say, that
Yeah, I agree with that.
your body probably give up before your mind all the time. And I think, like I was saying, in the environment, it is mentally tough, and I think you just gotta have that determination, that sort of grit, just get on with it. Like it is hard, but like you say, really fortunate to be there, and you just gotta work hard.
Who's the epitome? Who defines you when you think of someone who's mentally tough? Is anyone who comes to your mind?
For me, probably Alan Wynne-Jones.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Even I was curious.
He never showed weakness, did he?
No, there's literally no one like someone who has over 150 caps and still desperate to get the next cap is like.
And like even in sessions, in it, like we'd finish a drill, and he'd be first to the next drill. Like,
jog into the next
sprinting. You won't be jogging.
Sprinting.
But it's like, it's just set an example to everyone else, and if he can still do it, and he's played 150 Welsh games, and his boys on 3 or 4 caps are walking the drills, and half his age.
How do you? That's what I think. They're like, who? Because leaders were once a follower, right? So he was a follower to someone before him. I wonder who was it who inspired him to get this type of mindset of sprint, because no one else is doing it.
I think he invented it.
He's mentally tough, and
you swear on this podcast.
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Brother, you do what you want.
Swear every other fucking word.
Wait, even like that Lions he went on, he did his shoulder in the
Japan game,
didn't he? And then they thought he's done. He's not playing. Next thing, he's in one of the tests.
Yeah, like you say, he just won't give up, will he? Like,
he's just an animal. He was like, he'd do everything he can to get his body right and to back it up the way he has over the last 20 years is unbelievable. I
admire someone who has that mindset to just like once more, like 150 games. Some people snatch hand off, just get one game. But that drive to just keep turning up, like when you get older, your motivation might slip or go, but it seems like he's always had it, right?
I think like that's a difference from him and the rest of the players. He's obviously set numerous records. He's a different level to everyone else, and I think that's how mentally tough he is. His mindset to just want more. He's never satisfied with where he's gone. I think that's why he is who he is.
Is he still around the club?
No, well, I seen him the other day in the Vale, but he's not around much. He's doing a lot with his mimosa and company and stuff. So yeah, you miss characters like that around the place, though, because he did have like an aura about him. You just follow it, like
and he's like someone you wouldn't want to let down, and like he's someone I'd never want to give a bad pass to, because you definitely hear about it, and like. But I think that's just, like you said, setting the standards.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, so
it is like addictive, having playing for Wales and getting your caps, and you just like you just want more. Like, you want to be there, you want to do better, you want to be better in the next game, like have an influence in the game and stuff. So like I can see it is addictive. Like so, obviously that's carried him through.
100%. Would you say you've starting to find your voice a bit now, Gar?
Yeah, I think so. Like, being one of the older boys there now, and even still young, but one of the older boys, but it's just having a bit of leadership and like being around such influential people over the years, trying to create an environment where they did as well. So I think there's like a bit of a responsibility to do that as well, because otherwise the younger boys who are there now haven't seen been around boys like Alan Wynne, Biggs in training. So just trying to carry on a little bit of that leadership, really.
Good man. So when you talk about those boys you're on about, I'm always curious about how, for instance, what is the goal for boys like yourself? Obviously, play for Wales when you're about 7 or 8 years old. That's a goal. Lions, probably another thing. But we're always forever chasing. You know, probably at one stage you might have said to yourself, when I achieve this is going to make me happy. And then when you achieve that, you're like, well, what's next? Do you know, does that make sense to
like,
you?
I think for both of us, like as young boys, you say, I'd be happy with 1 Welsh Cup. You have that 1 Welsh Cup, you want 50 Welsh Cups, and I'm sure neither of us hit 50 yet, but if we're lucky enough to do so, you got 100 caps. It's like you always chase something you're never going to get, which I think is quite powerful because you're always motivated then. You're never going to get what you want, so you're always fighting for it.
Yeah.
I'm never satisfied, like, even, you know, playing, if you play well on the weekend, on the Monday, I'm always like a bit too critical of myself, and I think I look at my bad stuff and I'm just thinking, I didn't play very well. But then people tell me, you know,
well.
oh, you played well on the weekend, but I'm always like, oh, I don't feel like I did.
Does that come from? I'm only just speculating from my own experiences. Does that ever come from, like, for instance, with me, my parents? I'd have one who would be like, your mother would be like, you good game on the weekend, then your dad might be like, you could do a bit better there though, can't you? And that's sometimes that mindset from a young age is hardwired into us then as a player. As we get older, we're like more self-critical than we are.
Yeah, and like I said, I think on the last one on the podcast, my old man's probably my harshest critic.
Yeah.
And like you say, you're always looking for things that you didn't go to plan, or why didn't it go to plan, and how can you get better? So I think, like Gav was saying, it's probably like, I don't know if it's the right way to be, because you're never sort of praising yourself, but then you're always willing to work hard because you want to achieve a bit more.
So true. Guy, with yourself?
I don't know. My parents always, you know, always a bit biased towards me, and they think I'm class when I even had a average game or a bad game. But I don't know. I think it's just probably developed over the years, expecting more from myself. Expecting more from myself, you know, as I get older, I get more responsibility, and you're expected to play well every week, and I think that's just myself giving myself targets and trying, you know, not being satisfied with myself, and I just want more. Do you know?
It's a good mentality to have, because it's a driven mentality. Of a lot of high achievers have that. You know, you probably, if you ever hear Johnny Wilkinson speak, like, he was always never satisfied. He was always chasing that. But it's probably like a double-ended sword, because you're never satisfied for what you've done, but you've achieved so much. Yeah. So you should soak in the wins when you can, because they're rare sometimes, or that window of success, like, you know, Wales prior won back-to-back comps, you know, probably they always think, what's next, you know. But it's just the mentality I think we all have at stages. But it's refreshing to hear that, because you're our people leading us from the front in the rugby field. And I do imagine, though, it's hard, because since I've been home, I actually forgot how, like, Wales is defined by rugby. Yeah. So for players like you two, if you played a good performance, I bet it's lovely to walk around and people are like, "Hey, good game on the weekend." But if you had a poor game, I bet you're like hoodie up.
You'll definitely hear about it.
Hear about it. How do you deal with the noise?
Like, for me, I don't know what God is, but obviously you accept the good. And I think the negative comments or what people say about it doesn't define you. Like, no. All that matters to me is obviously the coaches. I want them to think I played well, and your family and your close friends, they know you as a person best. So you'd like to think they give you the right feedback and be honest with you. So like I said before, I don't think people realise the effort and the time that goes in weekly to a game. Like, the amount of analysis you have to do, the amount of prep you have to just for that 80 minutes. Is so much goes into it, and nobody has a bad game on purpose. Everyone has bad days. You get bricklayers who have a bad day at work. It's like, we're no different to anyone else. So I think it's probably people understanding what actually goes in to working week for that game.
Yeah,
I don't really look at the comments or people what the keyboard warriors say, but it's the people who matter that I listen to, and just try not to overthink things. Really
good stuff. Man, I want to say, it just come to my brain then, that game against England, I think I messaged you, how's your ribs? Who threw that pass?
Oh, Johan Lloyd, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you grabbed him by the scruff after that game, like, brother, you owe me a couple of ribs there.
Yeah, I just looked at him and he just like knew straight away. He was like, "Oh, sorry." So
Yeah,
it was all good. It was all good. My ribs were fine. Didn't
Really?
Sam and Dole came in the change rooms after. We had a good chat about it, laughed about it. And he
So
was
I
going to
gave you
give me
back.
shit on the floor, but I realised it was me because we're like good mates from when he was with the Ospreys. So
Yeah.
he did. He
Swap
didn't-
jerseys or anyone after the game?
No,
No.
I don't really swap jerseys.
Cherish them all.
Yeah, I just keep them all.
Nice, mate. Nice. I tell you what, though, that Owen Lloyd, I rate him a lot. And when he come on last weekend, I thought he had a bit of a spring in his step, and he just that nothing to lose. Like I think we spoke about, when you come off the bench, right? The game's basically, the scoreboard's already set, so you're kind of out there. You go, I'm just going to try and throw something at the kitchen sink, and I thought he actually, that little glimpse he had at 10, he threw the ball around a bit, and
He's a very skillful player. And the same with Costello. They're both really good players. They understand the game. They both got good feet, good pace. So I think obviously they're both really good fly halves, and I think they're both so young as well, which was great for Welsh rugby. I know obviously not getting results we want now. We look at 2, 3, 4 years time. Those boys be so experienced. And
yeah, we got to ride this wave. I think everyone, and hopefully the nation, can understand that as well. Any superstitions, boys? Anything you do before a game? Left boot on, right boot?
I'm terrible.
Are you?
It does my head in.
Let's go through them.
So I put left sock on, right sock. I put left boot on, right boot, and then left lace, right lace. I'm like, my laces, I got to do them the right way, or I got to
start again.
It does my head in because I take so long just. So
I should have laughed, but fuck, that's a lot.
It gets on my nerves.
That's
I'm
nuts, isn't it?
my head's mashed. Yeah, it fries me doing it myself.
No, I'm not that bad. I haven't got anything like that.
Terrible.
I'm just like to be organised. That's all.
Certain feed before the game? Couple of coffees or a Red Bull?
Yeah.
The night before, the day before the game, we pick out. As in just eat as much you can.
Not a red. I wouldn't go Red Bull.
It gets me in bed. So.
I have like we'd have what, phase 1 PAS.
Yeah.
Gives you a bit of a tingle.
Yeah.
Itchy, like.
I hate that feeling.
Want to go and hit something then.
What's that? Beta Allen? No.
Yeah, there's like a similar feeling to the Beta Allen. Yeah.
That stuff's. That'll probably lead us into. Go on. What are you gonna say?
I like the tingle. I do.
Do you?
Yeah. So
I hate it.
Revved up.
gets you going a bit.
I'll have to bring us into our sponsor now anyway. So I've just had one of their coffees, but the nutrition food ahead of the game, boys. What do you think?
It's class, to be fair. The takeaway meals and the food there is awesome, so we enjoy it. You do, don't you?
I like the Biscoff cheesecakes.
I cleaned one up just before this. I was hungry.
Wolfed that out.
I haven't tried the salads.
Stay away from the greens, but the cheesecakes and the wraps are decent.
Yeah.
The burger wrap is my big one. I love the burger wrap.
It's like a Big Mac tastes like, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Smashed burger.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Smashed, yes, that's the one.
Not before training.
Nah, they're good. They're good. Well, boys, this is going to lead me now into the questions. So this is the part called how is it? Do you know your partner, your couple?
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. Yeah. So what we've got here, boys?
Mr. and Mrs.
So what we got here? We got first ones. We got questions for Gar on Owen, and then we'll go over to the other side. So start with that, all right?
Yeah, I'm sketchy now.
So it's only 2 questions for you, Gar on Owen, because I was trying to find some dirt on you, but I couldn't get any dirt. It's too perfect.
You should have messaged me.
My teeth
I did.
perfect, man.
That'll lead me into one of your questions, man. He's
I got some dirt on him.
you might want to add one in the end just to generalise it and just see. So the first question I've got was, how old was Owen Watkin when he debuted for the Ospreys? A, 17, B, 21, C, 18, or D, 30?
Oh, I can't remember what was it.
17?
I know 17. I'd go
21, 18, or 30? You going with 17?
I don't myself.
17 or 18.
Make a decision.
No. 18.
That's correct. 18. Me to make a noise. Ding.
Have you got a picture of him when he was 18? Put the picture up now.
Yeah, that's one out of what we've got. 2 questions. We only got one more. Where did Owen Watkin get his teeth done? A, Turkey. B, Essex. C, they are real. Or D, Mistake Park.
I'd like to say Turkey because they look Turkish to me. Does composite bonding make them real?
I should have asked. I should have put that in there. What is the answer, oh?
I know it's composite
I gone
bonding.
down Abercanon, so way off there.
Abercanon and composite bonding.
So they're real, but with the bonding, is it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I should have added that in then. Sorry.
But I knew.
But you knew. Have you got any other questions, in general? Anything you want to say on Owen before we move over to you?
Don't forget the wheel is round, but so anything comes my way, I'm back.
No, I'm all right.
All right, cool. Keep it safe for now. All right, let's move over to the next one. So these questions, we've got 3 for Owen on Gar. So question number 1. Where was Gar born? Wait, whoa. He's keen, isn't he?
I know him well.
A, Swansea. B, Newcastle Emlyn. C, bumfucker nowhere. Or D, Bristol.
Is it B, Newcastle Emlyn?
Ding ding, correct.
Carmarthen I was born.
Is it?
I'm
You've been
from
lying to me all this
Newcastle
time.
Emlyn. I'm from Newcastle Emlyn, but I was born in Carmarthen.
Close enough, isn't
You're
it?
both wrong.
Both wrong.
It's west of Virginia.
Hey, I'm going to have a word with Jamie after this and get his facts right. Question number 2. Gar made his Welsh debut in 2021. Who against? A, Japan. B, Namibia. C, South Africa. Or D, Canada.
It was D, Canada.
Correct?
That's right.
Correct. 2 out of 2. All right, and last one. Question 3. I've got to be careful here because I hope he's still alive. But Gar has a dog, a big fucking dog. What's the dog's name? You still alive?
No, he's not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
No,
pal.
he passed away a few months ago.
I'm sorry, dear. Well, he
Yeah.
was a big dog.
He was a big fucking dog, yeah.
So A, we've got Beast. B, Teddy. Stop looking at the sheet, mate. C, Bernie. Or D, Owen Watkin.
Bernie.
Bernie was my dog. Owen Watkin was my bitch.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Sorry to hear about your dog,
No,
mate.
it's
I'm a
right,
dog
yeah.
lover, so it's the tough one. But, mate, all correct, boys. Fair
Take
play. I need to get some more dirt. I need to figure out some more things.
You've
about each other.
messed me out. I've given you a lot of dirt.
Well.
Good questions about what next time.
Next time, mate, we have to
I'm
get,
not gonna
get you on as a co-host and just rip and tear.
Yeah.
No, boys, this is a really awesome one today. I'm really impressed with this because it's nice to hear so many other sides to you, obviously, just not just as players, but just to get to know you on another level as well and find out what you're into outside of sports. One thing I will say, though, is, do you have any other business ventures that you do outside of rugby, boys?
We got nothing yet.
No.
Like I said to you before as well, it's tough because you obviously want to put all your effort and time into being the best rugby player you can be, but like you said, it's not everything you need to think after rugby, and there's a lot more to life. So, Gar's a lot older than me, so you better start thinking soon. But
I find it difficult to, if I was to concentrate on a business when I'm putting all my focus into rugby, especially playing for Wales and stuff. Just the time you need to do all Ospreys and Wales and then a business. I feel like it's just too much, and then with a family now and things as well. But I need to start thinking.
That's fair. That's a valid one. But at the same time, I believe that it just takes see rugby right as a chair, and you've got 4 legs of a chair. And at the moment, this is not generalising you. This is generalising everyone who plays rugby. Just think right now, rugby is your main income stream, and it's a very well paid income. But say, for instance, tomorrow you get injured and you have to retire, then the reality is that leg falls, and you've got 3 other options, but they're not there anymore. But if you, for instance, diverse that and had another income stream where, for instance, you went in with a partner or you try to create something, your profiles are so big right now and so relevant. If it's even just merch, socks, compression, tights, something like that, where you're literally training in them. I'm giving you a business advice right now. Training in them, taking photos with them, promoting them, and before you know, it's doing its work on the side. But it's just having that, when you're so invested in something, it's hard to think of something else. But
I think as well, obviously invest in rugby, but you want to say you want to start a business is what you need to do something you enjoy and you're willing to sacrifice time and family time for. So I think it's knowing what you want to do as well. That's probably the hardest thing. I think if you had someone tell you like you're gonna love this job when you do it, I think you probably would. But for me especially, I don't know what that other thing is I want to do. And just finding that out really.
Yeah, I think that comes with the again, like rugby for you guys, you probably did it at a young age, good at it, and then you found it, like it just happened. Where a lot of people out there struggle to find purpose, but the key to purpose is trying things and realizing what you don't like on the journey of trying them, and then you realize quicker than what you do like. But because rugby is, you didn't have to ever go, what is my purpose? It was like the ball was there at 7 years old, academy, X, Y, and Z. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's just trying things and being okay to failure. Rugby is one big failure. You grow from a failure, you learn from mistakes, and that's life in general. But yeah, I just think, you know, when that day comes, because it will come, the fall off isn't as intense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Married, so Claire can carry me for a little bit.
Carry me. Nah, man. Well, look, boys, I'm really, really grateful for you two coming on today. I know some sore bodies and bringing in the goods, mate. Bringing in the goods, respect. But as I do, I always wrap it up with just what are you grateful for? We'll go with you first because you should be used to it.
Like I said before, it's still obviously your family. You do everything you can to make them proud, and like I said, the things they sacrifice is for these reasons.
Yeah, same. I think from having my daughter Harley, she's, you know, everything to me now. So since having her, I think my appreciation for my family and things have, you know, that's my number one is family.
Nice, mate. Nice. Well, I'm grateful for you two coming on, boys. Not just as rugby players, but as people as well. You know, it's really refreshing to see the other side of you as well, and you know, switch the switch off essentially, and just be true to yourselves. But now you're a good bunch of fellas, and so much belief in what you guys are doing for Wales and the Ospreys, and yeah, we're all sticking behind you, boys.
Cheers, appreciate it.
Thank you so much, boys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Don't just talk it, walk it. Walk is only. Don't just talk it, walk it. Don't just talk it, walk it. Walk is only. Don't just talk it, walk it. Walk is only.